How you going, team? Jamie here from the JMT Mind Gym. I hope this video finds you very well. Now, the intention of today's video is to support us to navigate through pressurized environments, be it in sport or be it in business. This is a great tool I'm going to share today just to help us navigate through those intense, stressful, overwhelming moments. Think about competition, think about board meetings. These are, and actually think of pressure's a little bit like water. It always finds the cracks. And there are three variables that quite often make up pressure. We've got scrutiny, we've got expectations, and we've got consequences. So sometimes if you think about athletes, think of like an NRL player, rugby league player, they're going to have their own internal expectations of performance. They're going to have a level of understanding of the consequences for a poor performance, and then they're also going to scrutinize themselves. But this also applies to other people, be it the media, be it spectators, be it family, be it our peers. They all have consequences, scrutiny, and expectations, and this creates pressure. And what it also does, it gives us an illogical, distorted level of thinking, which is generally not helpful. Basically, we get the stinking thinking, or we get the shitty committee. And you can think about it in business. We're just about to walk into a meeting, going to have a potentially uncomfortable conversation. There's going to be other people there, and then the pressure starts to compound because we're thinking about the scrutiny, the consequences, the expectations, and that creates the pressure bubble. We never really leave the pressure bubble in 2026. And in sport and in our vocation and our professional lives, the pressure never really comes off. So learning to navigate inside that bubble is paramount, is of the highest importance, instead of trying to run away from it or escape from it, isolate from it, be fearful of it, or do anything we can to get to Friday so we can have knock-off beers or relax on the weekend and try and avoid the pressure. It is better to learn to navigate it inside that bubble and get really, really good at it, and being able to remain calm under that pressure and be able to contribute to our lives, our sport, business, and our important people. Now, this is a great tool I'm going to share today, which is called a reset structure. Now, it was created by Gilbert Enoka, who is the performance psychologist for the New Zealand All Black rugby team. I've put a little spin on it, a little nuance on it, but this structure is essentially created by Gilbert. And what he's done brilliantly is kept it really simple, so it's reliable and dependable. It also interrupts patterns. As human beings, we are pattern-based creatures. It short circuits the patterns that we have. And without further ado, I'll explain how this works. So it would be fair to say we can't predict life. Like, we can't predict what's going to happen next. There's an infinite amount of possibilities and probabilities that can happen. They can and they will. So that leaves us knowing that this stuff, life's out of our control. And if it's out of our control, it's meant to be. So in knowing that we can't predict the future, we can't predict what's going to happen next, what we can predict is how we react or respond to things. So if you think about life, we can't predict what happens in life, but we can predict how we react or respond given our history, and given our biases, our beliefs, our values, and things like that. So we have a pretty good insight in making an inference as to how we react or respond. So in knowing that, this reset structure is very simple. It's made of three parts. Part one, we catch it. Part two, we check it. And part three, we change it. This all happens in 2 to 5 seconds. It's very quick. So we catch it, we check it, we change it. And I'll give you an example. I'll go give a quick business example, and then I'll give a sporting example. So the business example, I know I'm going in for that uncomfortable conversation. I'm going to go into an office where there'll be 3 of my peers, and I start to feel anxious. I start to feel nervous. The old pattern, the old way of thinking kicks in, and tick, 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 and goes the overthinking. The levels of anxiety start to rise as I know I'm about to enter an anxious experience. So there's no point trying to pretend that it's something different. So we catch it, and catch it means acknowledge it. Don't try and avoid it. Don't pretend it's something else. Don't push it down, because that's going to make it worse. So we very swiftly, we catch it. So we just acknowledge it. Acknowledge the feeling. Here we go again. I can feel my heart rate increasing. Okay, so that's step one. Acknowledge it. That's really important. If a duck quacks, it's a fucking duck. It's not a bin chicken. It's not a magpie. It's not a kookaburra. It's a duck. Number two, and knowing this structure as well, there is a lot of complexity to this in terms of, I could go into the physiology and the psychology of what's happening, and even a bit of brain geography and what parts of the brain are firing, and then what's the hormonal response, what's our nervous system response. But in the name of simplicity, I'm going to keep it simple. So we catch it. Okay, acknowledge, yep, I've got that anxious feeling. I know I can hear the other guys behind the door, and I'm about to go into this meeting. Next thing we do is we check it. I've got to get out of here, because this thing is going tick, 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 tick. So I'm going to draw breath. I take a nice deep breath, and I like this one here. It's called a parasympathetic sigh. So I go about an 80% full breath in through the nose, and then I top it up a little 20%. So that's a stacking of the breath, and then long drawn out breath, exhaling out of the mouth like I'm breathing out of a straw. Do that 2 to 3 times. Whilst doing that, I'm going to ask myself, be where my feet are. Where are my feet right now? Be where my feet are. Or press my fingers together, or tap my thighs. Because what I'm doing, if I'm being where my feet are, so I feel what's underneath my feet, I'm grounding myself, I'm in the moment. Where am I not? In here. So I've coupled this thing, I've checked it by drawing breath, lowering my nervous system response. So I'm going from a sympathetic dominance, getting ready to fight, flight, or freeze, where I'm actually dropping down into that parasympathetic response, where I am lowering the arousal, my heart rate's coming down, I'm being where my feet are, I'm not in my head, and I've checked this mental stimulus. I've checked my level of thinking. So first 2 steps: 1, catch it, acknowledge it. Right, here it comes. This is when I'm normally anxious. I can feel it. I'm about to have that uncomfortable conversation. 2, I'm going to check it. I'm going to get out of my head. I'm going to draw breath. I'm going to lower my nervous system, lowering that arousal. And step number 3 is to change it or challenge it. Okay, so catch it, check it, change it. Change it's really simple. Move in a 180-degree direction away from where you are currently going. So if I'm anxious, I'm going to go in the opposite direction, which is calm. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to reassure myself. I'm going to use affirming internal dialogue language. I'm going to talk to myself in a different way. I'm going to find all the parts of me that are calm. I'm not going to enter that room until I've fully calmed down and I'm nice and relaxed. I'm free and breezy, light and easy, feeling calm as a farm, and I walk in and I'm going to absolutely annihilate that uncomfortable conversation. I'm going to go in there and be assertive yet be calm. That's our 3-step restructure. In a sporting context, it's the same. If I'm a golfer and I'm on the first tee, there's a crowd of people watching, I acknowledge it, righto. Here we go. I've actually got that. I've got that anxious feeling again. People are all watching me. All right, be where my feet are. Mind where my mind goes. Be where my feet are right now. All right. I'm by my golf bag. I can feel the ground underneath my feet. I'm drawing breath. I'm getting calm. Okay? And then I make that agreement with myself. Don't grab a club until I'm calm. Calm's the default. Don't touch a club until I'm calm. I'm super calm. I'm nice and relaxed. Next minute, we grab a club, we step up to the first tee, we're nice and relaxed, and we have a beautiful swing. as opposed to getting caught up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that 3-step reset structure works. Remember, we catch it, we check it, and we change it. Catch it as acknowledgement, check it as get out of your head, relax into the body, lower arousal. And number 3, go in an opposite direction, make a different decision. Hope that helps.